Hi, everybody. Just going to give a couple seconds for people to join before we get started.
Yes. Well, not needed right now.
Okay, we can go ahead and get us started. All right, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining today's webinar. My name is Sydney Konahia. I'm the Manager of Member Services and Retention with IFA. And these new member webinars are put on every other month to give, whether it's a brand new member company or a new employee of a long-term member company, kind of just a deep dive into IFA, and a little bit of an overview of the different departments within IFA and kind of how we do what we do and how we provide benefits to our members. So today, our speakers are going to be myself, Sydney, and we also have David Smith, who is our Senior Manager of Diversity Programs. He'll be touching on our foundation towards the end of this call. And then we have Brittany Cosby, our Senior Manager of Certification Programs. She will be speaking on our CFE program and kind of letting you guys know how to get involved and what CFE really is. And then we have Leah Simmons, our Manager of LMS Product. She's going to be talking about the IFA Academy, which is our relatively new learning management system, and walk you guys through how to access that, how to find courses, just all the things to do with Academy. So to kick things off, I'm going to do an overview of membership, kind of what we call the business team. And the business team encompasses all these different departments. So we are spearheaded by Jennifer Brandine, who is our COO. And then under the business team falls events, marketing, and foundation, which are all of these 7 lovely people here. And then we have our advertising, exhibits, and sponsorship department, or our sales department. We have membership as well, and education, which is Brittany and Sandy, and then business operations. So these are the people that make up the business team on IFA, sorry. So a little background on IFA. So we were founded in 1960, and IFA is the largest and oldest franchise association across the globe. Our members make up suppliers, franchisors, and franchisees. Franchising as an industry is its own separate thing, but within franchising, as you all know, there are a number of different industries that are represented. And IFA membership includes over 300 different business sectors within the franchise industry. And our membership base is made up of 1,200 plus franchisor brands. I believe this franchisee number might be a little dated. It's about 10,000 right now, and over 600 supplier members. And something I do want to mention for the franchisor members that are on the call, your franchisees are actually able to piggyback off of your membership. So they're able to join IFA for free. So if any of you guys have questions, and I can explain this a little bit more kind of one-on-one, I'm going to drop my email in the chat so you guys can reach out to me and I can kind of explain how that works. Franchisees also do benefit from being IFA members. All right, so kind of just going to jump into some of the benefits, some of the things that you can do with your membership. So first up, we have our forums and committees. So we have a forum that covers each member type. So we have the franchisor forum, franchisee, and supplier forum advisory board. So the supplier forum advisory board, in order to actually be fully on the committee, you do have to be voted in. But at our annual convention, which I'll talk about a little bit more later, and also our advocacy summit, which is in September each year, we do have in-person forum and committee meetings. And a number of the forum and committee meetings are open to attendees of those events who are not actually current members of those forums and committees. So if you just want to get a feel of how they work, what is discussed during those forum and committee meetings, what it entails to sit on a forum or committee, that would be a really good opportunity for you guys to kind of get an inside look on that. And then these are all of our committees. Some are specific to certain parts of, the role you play in the industry, like our legal and legislative committee, our marketing and innovation committee. We do have a staff liaison for all of our forums and committees. And I'm going to drop the link, probably not in the chat, but once this webinar is over, I'll send a follow-up email and I'll drop the link to our forums and committees online so you guys can kind of browse through that. And if you were interested in learning more about a forum or committee, you can just reach out to the staff liaison that's listed. And over here, we have our President and CEO, Matthew Haller, and our Chief of Staff, Catherine Bartley Darden, and they head up the board of directors at IFA. All right, so now we're kind of getting into some member programs. So this is our Franchise Business Network, or we also call it FBN. There is a similar network called the Women's Franchise Network. The FBNs and the WFNs operate very similarly. So IFA as an association, we do not put on regional events throughout the year, but our members do. So these are all of the current FBN locations throughout the US. The Women's Franchise Network locations are pretty similar, and a lot of FBNs and WFNs do put on events together just because there's overlap with the hosts. So the point of the WFN and FBN meetings, there's always an educational element, but it really is a chance for members and non-members to network with each other and meet other people within the industry in their region. There's been a long history of the FBNs. They were first called Second Tuesdays because they happen the second Tuesday of every quarter, or I believe every month actually. And they've just evolved over the years. So this is a really great opportunity, again, to just network with other people in your region and make those connections. As you can see, I'm the staff liaison for the FBNs. So if you have any questions about the FBNs, how to get involved, kind of where to find them on our website, please feel free to reach out to me. Same thing with the Women's Franchise Network. I'm not the staff liaison for that, but I can definitely put you in touch with who you might need to speak with. All right, and then our other member program, Friendship. So this is our mentoring program. And again, whether you are a brand new member company and you're an emerging brand, or you're a supplier who is new to the industry or the space of franchising, or you are a new employee of a long-term member company, this is just a great opportunity to get matched up with someone who's been doing this for a really long time and can provide you great insight, information, and kind of mentor you and kind of lead you on a great path. So the way that Friendship works, there's an application that you will need to fill out. And then you would send me your completed application and your top 3 picks for a potential mentor. We have mentors that cover franchisors, suppliers, and franchisees. So if you're a franchisor mentee, you're going to get matched up with a franchisor mentee, and so on with each mentor and mentee type. But yeah, you would just have your top 3 picks of a potential mentor, which is listed on our website, and also something I'll provide to everybody after this call. Send that information back to me. I would reach out to the mentor to see who had the bandwidth to take on another mentee at the time, and then I would match you up with them. So once you're matched up, it's your relationship. We definitely suggest meeting about 3 times within that year. Friendship, the program itself does last for a year, just so there is some sort of cutoff date. But obviously you're building that relationship with the person. So the relationship is going to last as long as you both would like it to, but the official program of Friendship lasts for a year. So I will definitely provide some more information on that. And we do suggest mentors and mentees trying to meet up at, an IFA event, specifically convention, because that really is the event that all of our members, not all, but a large chunk of our members do attend. And the majority of our members who are mentors, have been IFA members for a long time, and make sure that they are at convention. But definitely we'll send some more information over to you guys about that. All right, so this is the list of all of our events in 2024. So our events look the same throughout the year. The dates shift, but this is pretty much what you should expect from IFA each year as far as events. We do have an old event that's restarting in 2024, which is Franchise Expo Austin. But each year our event calendar gets kicked off with the annual convention, which is our largest event and the largest event within the industry. And I'll get into convention a little bit more on the next slide. But yeah, this is just a great resource for you guys to have, so you can kind of start planning out 2024 as we're very close to the end of 2023. And after convention, the events are smaller, kind of more niche events based off of your role within the industry. So there really is something for everybody. All right, so convention. As I mentioned, this is our largest event. We, spend a lot of time throughout the year focusing on convention. In 2024, it will be in Phoenix from February 17th through the 20th. I do like to tell members this as they're joining, but from 2025 to at least 2027, convention will be in Vegas. I know the dates are online. I do not know them off the top of my head, but I just like to let members know that. So if they really want to start planning that far in advance, they definitely can. Like I said, convention is a great place to meet other members, non-members, network. There's a ton of education. We have a number of different education sessions and tracks that cover everything from marketing, operations, legal, finance, kind of anything you can think of. So there really is something for everyone at convention. We do have an exhibit hall for the primary exhibitors at convention are suppliers, but suppliers can also attend convention without exhibiting or sponsoring. And I'm not going to dive too deep into convention because on February 1st, from 3:30 to 4:30, we are doing a new member and first-time attendee pre-con webinar, where we're really going to dive deep into everything convention, what to expect, take a deep dive into the agenda, answer your guys' questions. We, have questions ranging from what should I wear to what's the best session to attend to kind of anything you can think of. So if you haven't registered for that yet, I definitely would suggest registering if you're going to be attending convention. And I'll also include that registration link in the follow-up email. But there is a section on registration to kind of we ask the question of, what is your primary reason for attending convention? So any burning questions you have, definitely leave those in registration so we can make sure that we answer those during that webinar. All right, and then these are our partnered events. So we partner with MFV Expositions and Franchise Update Media to put on these events throughout the year. So Franchise Update Media, a couple years ago, IFA did have their own two smaller events that we put on, and Franchise Update Media also had a couple smaller events that they put on. And we combined those a couple years ago. So we have the Franchise Customer Experience Conference and the Franchise Leadership and Development Conference. So these events both take place in Atlanta, Georgia each year. And as IFA members, you do receive a discount to attend or sponsor that event or both of these events. And then we have the Franchise Expos, which are put on by MFV Expositions. So as I mentioned earlier, the Austin Franchise Expo is an older event that was brought back for 2024. There's Expo West, International Franchise Expo, and Expo South as well. So the franchise expos are different than our convention in the sense of who is exhibiting there. So the primary exhibitors at Franchise Expo are franchisors, and the primary attendees are potential franchisees. So franchise expos are a great place for whether it's an emerging brand or even an established brand to really get their concept out there and meet with potential franchisees. And as a franchisor member, you do receive a 7% discount to exhibit at those franchise expos. So any questions you have about that, I can definitely connect you with our counterparts over at MFB to kind of walk you through things and let you know how to exhibit at one of those shows. All right, so promoting our members. So outside of, being able to exhibit at our annual convention or at a franchise expo, there are a lot of different ways that our members can promote their brands through IFA membership. One of the main ones that is included in your membership would be the company listings. So our franchisor and supplier members receive a company listing on franchise.org, as well as in our printed guide. And our printed guide is called the Franchise Opportunities Guide. We have 2 editions of that a year. There's a spring, summer, and a fall, winter. You guys probably recently received the fall, winter edition of 23. That one was sent out a couple weeks ago. But the printed guide is mailed out to our members. It is distributed at events. We do also have a digital version of the Franchise Opportunities Guide on our website. So if you or a person who doesn't want to have the physical copy, but you still want to be able to look through the guide, I will definitely provide that link to you guys so you can see that. We don't have the digital version for the fall winter edition just yet. It's just spring summer right now. But when the fall winter in a couple of months, I'm sure we'll have the digital version. But outside of those listings that are included in your membership, we have these are not all, but these are just a few of the additional products or things our members can do to promote themselves with their IFA membership. Mostly on the advertising side, suppliers are able to sponsor webinars. The 2 most popular webinar series would be the Lunch and Learn and the Wednesday Wise webinars, being featured in Franchising World, white papers, other sponsored content. You can also enhance your company listings online or in the printed guide. And then obviously exhibiting or sponsoring at our event, specifically convention for exhibiting, but sponsoring other IFA events as well. And I've included the staff contact information down here. So Carly Woolley, she's our Senior Director of Advertising, and Lynette James is our Senior Director of Exhibits and Sponsorship. They're both amazing. They've been with IFA for, I believe, over 10 years both. And so they know a lot. They're great to work with. And they can definitely provide anyone with any information that they might need if you're interested in learning more about the advertising products or the sponsorship or exhibit opportunities that we offer. All right, and I think this might be some of the last part of my slides. We do have a preferred vendor program. This is for supplier members. Our current preferred vendors are Answer Connect, Benetrends, Paychex, and Sochi. So we try to have preferred vendors that cover certain spaces within the industry, but don't compete with each other. But this is a program. There's some specific criteria to be a preferred vendor. But I can definitely, if anyone's interested in kind of learning more, I can absolutely connect you with my colleague, Alan. And he can, I'm sorry, not Alan, Sheila. And she can kind of provide you a little bit more information on how you could participate. All right, so that's the end of my part. I'm going to pass things over to Brittany so she can talk to us about CFP.
Thank you, Sydney. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining our last new member webinar of the year. As Sydney mentioned, my name is Brittany Cosby, and I represent the education department at IFA. I am the Senior Manager of Certification Programs. But in the education department, we work with learning partners and content providers to provide franchise-specific courses and education opportunities for the franchise community. In the education department, we also administer the Certified Franchise Executive Program or certification. This is not a new certification. This certification program has actually been around for 35 years. So you may have noticed the CFE designation on LinkedIn, or maybe you're under a brand that strongly prefers the CFE designation for like C-suite colleagues and positions. This program is for those who are in the franchise industry who would like to take professional development courses and earn a credential after completing the program. So this is a symbol of leadership and accomplishment recognized throughout the franchise community. This may be a program that you may want to explore if you are interested in any of the benefits listed on screen. Number one, professional development. This is probably the number one reason why CFE candidates pursue this program for the professional development opportunities. So this includes courses that are offered online through our new IFA Academy, our learning management system, as well as workshops and courses that are offered in person at select IFA events. We offer, again, franchise-focused, franchise-specific course content. So this includes courses in franchise law, operations, franchise development, franchise marketing. We just launched a brand new franchise marketing certificate that candidates or members, as well as non-members, can pursue outside of the CFE program as a part of their professional development. Another opportunity is networking. This is probably another huge benefit of the CFE program. As mentioned, we do offer CFE courses at select IFA events. This is a really great opportunity for CFE candidates, as well as CFEs, to network with each other and to also connect with our course facilitators who are franchise attorneys, business executives, as well in the industry. Commitment to franchising. Pursuing this program is their commitment to the industry and to maintain the highest standards and stay up to date with the franchise trends. And then lastly, industry recognition and professional standing. After completing the CFE program and requirements, candidates receive the CFE credential that they can use behind their name. So just as other industries and professions have their own credential or certification, this is the credential, the certification for those who are in the franchise community. For those who are interested in learning a little bit more about our program, we do offer the CFE Welcome webinar once a month, skipping this month due to the holidays. So our next webinar will be January 24th at 1 p.m. And we will be adding the registration link to our IFA community site very soon, but I will add the direct link to the registration in the chat. This webinar is for anyone who is thinking about joining the program, anyone who wants to learn a little bit more about the program, as well as those who are already in the program. We use 60 minutes of our introduction intro session to discuss program requirements, benefits of joining the program, CFE credit opportunities, how do you earn credits toward your CFE, and then also to discuss fees. We do offer member as well as non-member rates on all of our courses, as well as the application fee. So we break down the fees that are associated, because we do offer that benefit for members. And then we also explore the IFA Academy, which again is IFA's new learning management system, where all of our courses are housed, our online self-paced courses are housed. So again, if you're interested in learning a little bit more, or maybe you know someone on your team who may be interested, definitely invite them to the 60-minute introduction webinar that will take place on January 24th.
Thank you, Brittany. So this is a great segue now into IFA Academy. So I'm going to turn it over to Leah.
Thank you. Again, my name is Leah Simmons. I'm the Learning Management System Product Manager. I'm going to talk a little bit about IFA Academy. So just some context on the platform. Prior to launching IFA Academy, we had a number of online learning opportunities with different partners at different websites, different logins. So with the launch of this platform, we consolidated all of our online learning into one platform with one login, which is the same as your franchise.org login. And we also added additional content just so that we could bolster the education benefit to our community. So we now have over 200 courses available in the catalog. They range from franchise-related content, similar to what Brittany mentioned, financial, legal, sales and marketing courses, as well as general professional development courses, such as leadership. And this platform is available to everyone. So whether you're a member or a non-member in the CFE program or not, anyone is able to create an account and explore the platform. The member benefit really comes in with the member pricing, member discounted pricing of courses. And since one of the largest purposes of the platform is to support the CFE program, there is a feature within the platform that allows you to track all of the credits that you earn and track your progress towards graduating with the CFE designation. The URL for the platform is learning.franchise.org, and this QR code takes you right to the catalog where you can view some of the products that are available. But I'll actually take a moment right now to share how to log into the Academy and just a quick overview of the platform.
Yeah, well, you got it. I thought I had to give you permission, but you're all good.
Okay. Are you able to see my screen? Okay, perfect. So the URL for the platform itself is learning.franchise.org, but I'm starting here on IFA's main website, franchise.org, just so you can see a couple options for how to access the website. First, under the menu area, I want to point out on the side here where it says IFA Academy. This is a resource page where you can view some context about the platform. A few access buttons exist on this platform, as well as links to a user guide, tutorial videos about some of the main functions of the platform, and frequently asked questions that you might come across. So this resource is always available to you. Also, if you do log into your member account, franchise.org, on franchise.org, this is another way that you can gain access to the platform. And just as another reminder, if you don't yet have an account on our website, it's free to create one so anyone can access this platform. So along the top and the side of the main screen, there are two buttons that will take you to IFA Academy. If you do go to learning.franchise.org outright, it will drop you to the login page and take you to this homepage. So there's a number of different ways you can get there. So on the Learning Management System homepage, we have a banner here at the top, just highlighting a few key programs and websites. So this will take you directly to the CFE homepage. This will take you to view the details and registration and links for the events that Sydney mentioned. And we usually highlight a couple of important events that are upcoming. I'll come back to these three action buttons in a moment. On the rest of the homepage, there's a feature learning section. There's a learner guide course that has all of the resources, tutorial videos that I mentioned before so that you can easily access them. And a few of the other feature learning items are either key to the CFE program or something that we've recently launched, such as the certificate in franchise marketing. This is another area where you can see upcoming events. This is very useful for people in the CFE program just so that they can see upcoming opportunities to earn credits. And we also have some featured news items highlighting the CFE program requirements and newsletters. And at the bottom here is a carousel of testimonials from people who have completed the CFE program, just detailing why they decided to choose to pursue their designation and how it's benefited them. And on the side here, there's a tracker for your certification progress, which is also visible in another area that we'll look at in a bit. So if you click the Browse Catalog action button here, this is where you can see all of the online learning content that's available. You can search the catalog for a certain topic or even a speaker that is of interest to you, or you can use the categories along the side to browse and find something relevant to you. There are a couple of free courses. There are a lot of options with foreign language availability in case it's helpful to have either the course or transcripts in another language. And we also have areas highlighting upcoming events and live learning opportunities. So I'll just go ahead and click the sales and marketing section here. Again, this is a course we've recently launched that has everything you need to know about franchise marketing in one place. So once you click on the title of a course, you can view the full catalog page. So you're able to see the pricing, credits, description, and learning objectives. And at the bottom of each page is a link for questions. This takes you to learning@franchise.org, which is an email address that I monitor to assist with any questions that might come up about the Academy. And if you choose to enroll into a course, this is all housed on the back end of our franchise.org system. So the checkout process is all connected to your account. When you first pull up the checkout process, it does say the non-member price, but as long as you have your affiliations with your member account tied, then once you click add to cart, the member pricing will appear for you. And once you do complete the checkout process, you'll receive an email with your enrollment information and a link to get back to IFA Academy, or you can use the link at the top or simply close the extra tab that appears. So once you do enroll into a course, you can find it in your learning center. And this is where you go to actually take any courses that you've enrolled in. So under the current tab, you'll see the current courses that you have not yet completed. You can either launch into the course directly, or by clicking on the title, you can go to the home page and see all of the upcoming modules that are available to complete. The details tab shows the information from the catalog page in case you need to reference that. And there's also a resources tab in case there are any handouts that are relevant. By going back to the Learning Center, any courses that you do complete will appear in this tab here. And this under this tab, you can view the number of credits that were awarded. If it's still within the access window, you can view the course content again. And since everything is seamlessly within this one system, people in the certification program, the CFE program, they can also track their credits here. So if you take a course directly in IFA Academy, once you complete it, the credits will automatically add to your progress here. Also, if you attend any events outside of this online learning platform that offers CFE credits, we do manually upload those upon the event ending. So you would be able to see those in your completed progress, and it would all seamlessly add to your CFE tracker as well. Those are the main functions of the platform. If you have any questions that come up later or as you explore directly, you can always email me at learning@franchise.org, and I'll be happy to help you with any questions you might have.
Thank you so much, Leah. So I'm going to share my screen again. All right, yeah, that was great information. The Academy is a great resource for all of our members and non-members. As Leah mentioned, even if you are on this webinar and you are a non-member, there are opportunities for you to take courses in there as well. So kind of to wrap things up, we are going to hear from David Smith, who is our Senior Manager of Diversity Programs and is in our foundation.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you, Sydney, for inviting me to this call. I'm here to just briefly talk to you about our IFA Foundation. The foundation is the 501c3 arm of IFA, where we focus on education, research, and impact. All of these programs within the foundation are tax deductible if you're interested in making contributions. But first, I'll start with Franchising Gives Back. This is our campaign where we seek to tell the world about the good news that franchising is doing in local communities. We know that a lot of our members support a lot of different community organizations, and we want to tell those good news stories. And so if you or anybody at your company is doing a lot of local good work, we invite you to share those stories with us. We share them on our social media channels and in our newsletters, and even in our year-end reports that we'd like to share with even our government partners, letting them know that, franchising is doing a lot of good in the economy. We'll also do a Franchising Gives Back program at IFA Convention this year in Phoenix. We'll be packing meals for local families in need. And so we would love to invite you guys to join us for that meal packing activity. It's super fun. You get to know a lot of the members and, just partake in a nice team building activity. Secondly, I'll jump to VetFran. That is our program designed for franchisors and franchisees who are seeking to bring in veterans into their system. A lot of our brands have discounts or incentives for veterans who are interested in joining their system. And so on our website at vetfran.org, you can learn more about joining VetFran and posting opportunities that you have to help incentivize veterans to join your system. And then lastly, the Diversity Institute is composed of our 3 affinity group councils. We have our Black Franchise Leadership Council, our Pride Franchise Leadership Council, and our Hispanic Latino Franchise Leadership Council, all of which are made of IFA members who have volunteered to help expand the good news about franchising to diverse communities. And so we welcome anybody on this call to reach out to me for any of these different programs. And if you're interested in joining, I'm happy to help direct you in the right direction. But yeah, we're really about spreading the good news about franchising through the IFA Foundation. And we ask you all to consider participating however you can. So thank you, Sydney.
Thank you, David. So that kind of brings us to the end. We flew through this. Like I said earlier, our government relations team wasn't able to make it, but they will be on for all the ones next year. And again, I did just want to remind you guys that we do have that new member and first time attendee pre-con webinar on February 1st from 3:30 to 4:30. I'm going to include that registration link in my follow-up email just so you guys have it easily to access. And please feel free to share that with any of your colleagues or people in your network that you know are attending convention, just so they can be on that webinar as well. Had a question come in really quick. So Robert asked, does the IFA offer insured benefits, i.e. medical, dental, and vision programs to franchisees? So we personally do not, but we do have supplier members who do offer those types of services to the franchisor and the franchisee. So Robert, I will send you an email of how to find our current supplier members on franchise.org, so you can look into that. That kind of brings us to the end. Thank you, Brittany, Leah, and David for being on this again. And thank you everyone for joining. We really appreciate your membership and we appreciate all you do for the industry. So holidays. So I'm out there. And we look forward to seeing you in Phoenix in a couple months.